quickly, touching on some of the issues that we've seen regarding the Jubilee Party. I'm with the Vice Chairperson of the Jubilee Party, David Murathe, here having some of, trying to assess what really the situation is and trying to get to the root of the issue. And as we were talking about the tribunal and its judgment, and you are an appellant in the resolution, in a letter that was, a letter that was written by the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. You had an issue with that, and that's where we went to the, disputes tribunal. So I want us to talk to the Registrar of Political Parties, and Nderit was actually joining us on phone right now. Thank you. A very good evening to you, Registrar. Very good that you could make time for us, because there are a number of issues we would like you to clear up for us. And one of the questions that the Vice Chairperson of the Jubilee Party, David Murathe, has asked to ask you is really to clear up on who the leadership members of the Jubilee Party are at this point as all this is going on.
I think we address ourselves to the court ruling, which told the Jubilee Party to go back to do, just like what the registrar had told them. If a party has an issue, the first thing is to do the internal dispute resolution. And actually, in our letter, we had said that issues that are emanating from the dispute then should be handled at the party level. So to us, they are in a dispute, and then they need to resolve their dispute as a party, because a party is just like a family. Sometimes they disagree. But if they allow themselves to sit down, they can talk and come up with a solution and make the party go forward. Well,
one of the issues, one of the judgments that was made, and I'll give Mr. David Murathe also an opportunity to ask you a question because he really wants to. One of the judgments that was made was the fact that, the prayer for a declaration, no, wait, let me get that. In fact, a declaration was made, issued by the tribunal that your letter that was dated the 13th of February was null and void and of no consequential effect. And it went on to say, and I'm going to get this, that it was unfair for you as a registrar of political parties to sort of ratify a decision that was made by the National Executive Council that was set in, it was Nakuru, yes, in Nakuru, and without following the proper procedures. Let me get that from the tribunal judgment, actually. Yes, if you can just answer that as well.
If you have the letter that you had written, then we had just made an observation about a meeting. That a meeting was held. You cannot, when a letter is sent to an institution, you have an obligation to reply. So when we replied, we observed that the meeting was held, and according to us, the meeting was held according to procedures of a party and what was the requirement. And we never made a decision on whether the decisions made by the party were wrong or right. What we actually told them in that letter is that they should go back to their internal dispute resolution mechanism. So when the tribunal then put that letter aside, then the status quo remains. They are in a problem and they know that they are struggling. Then they need to go back to the party and resolve their matter. So the situation still remains that if they actually are in a dispute, which everybody can see they are, then they need to address their dispute inside the party process before it becomes even to registrar or the tribunal. And I think the tribunal pronounced itself on the issues of jurisdiction, that they never had the jurisdiction of matters that were already in the party at the IDRN level, at the internal dispute resolution mechanism level. So to us, and even to tribunal, I think it's a question of the party sitting down and they resolve their matter, because the matter is still at the party level. Yes.
All right. Let me give,
Registrar, according to the records held by your office tonight, have you effected any changes on the officials of the party?
No, the party is in a dispute. We have the party. The dispute is still at the party level. until they are filing that that says that you have solved the IDRM as directed by the court. That's when we then can address ourselves to that matter. But for now, we were told by the court very clearly to keep off that matter. It is still at the party level. Once you finish with it, then you shall come to us.
So the status quo remains that the officials of the party are as at were right before the...
I want to refer to you to the court ruling. I was told very clearly by the court not to address myself to that matter. So and the latest decision about that matter is the tribunal. So we cannot, as an office, come back to that matter. The latest reference of that matter should be to the ruling. And it will be unprocedural for me to pronounce myself, or our office to pronounce ourselves on that matter. When the court has made a ruling, let every party, in that dispute, refer themselves to that ruling, and then do what that ruling says. As that guided by that ruling.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Anne Deritu, Registrar of the Political Parties.
So I hope that is clear now.
Making it clear on the status of really the officials of the party at this point, where we are right now.
To be now the bona fide are, just that, pretenders to the throne. Until this matter is resolved through those organs of the party.
So that's what is going on right now?
It is going on.
The internal mechanism is in process. The party leader
came to the party today.
Okay.
And he said, we are going to follow the structures and the institutions and the procedures of the party to resolve.
But this was already going on.
Party to put the house in order, to put his house in order. All right? And by the way, as per our party constitution, the party leader can call any organ of the party at any time. Now,
so then what is the procedure then of removing a bona fide member of the party? Do you need the party leader to convene an NSC for this?
One, members are elected at a national delegate conference. In the meantime, you have a national management committee which removes people or recommends to the NEC. Then the NEC either ratifies, amends, alters, or agrees with the resolution of the National Management Committee. None of those meetings have happened. In fact, in the last meeting, the national chairman did not attend the last National Management Committee meeting. That is how we were able to remove the other members in the former Jubilee. All the other officials who were removed from Jubilee were an NMC meeting for ratification later by the NEC, by the NEC. That's one. The other one, of course, is by resignation. Correct? The other one is the party can expel you from the party. And if you're expelled, you're given the right to appear, to defend yourself, and to challenge the decision of that organ to expel you from the party. These are some of the things that you'll be seeing in due course.
Do you have trust in your own internal mechanisms to resolve this issue?
We have trust, and not just that. This NEC meeting, number one, even the statements that they are making them in the bundu, in the bush. Even today, they were making statements in the street. These people are not...
Is it because they were not allowed into the party headquarters? Because there was a lot of scuffle right outside the party offices in Kileleshwa.
They came to the party offices with guns, and they admitted. They came with police. There was a convoy of over 20 police vehicles to force their way into the party. I'm sure they are being asked by their promoters and benefactors, how can you be claiming to be the party leadership and you're operating from the bush, you're operating from the street? They were actually an unruly mob. Any member, let alone party officials, any member of the party has unfettered access to the party headquarters, and nobody can stop you. All right? The only time we stopped the former deputy president and his team to come to the party headquarters is when they threatened to raid and take over Jubilee party headquarters in Pangani, and we said they can't come. All right? This one, actually the advanced team were goons. Now,
can you prove that?
Yes, they were saying it themselves on TV. You have clips on TV. Some former MCA saying how they were stopped from coming and they came in with their goons to force their way in. You saw those people who were given unfettered access to the party headquarters by police throwing stones into the party headquarters.
But there was throwing stones from both sides.
No. Both sides where? Our people were not there.
Our
people had been removed by the police. They besieged and barricaded the Secretary General inside. The Secretary General actually blocked the gate from inside with his car. When they could not access, they started throwing stones. Imagine if we had opened the offices to stone throwing gangs.
All right.
They would have destroyed the property of a gracious lady who has allowed us the use of her premises. The neighborhood, we really sympathize and apologize actually to the Residents Association.
All right.
Because if I was living in that neighborhood, I want to enjoy my peace.
Okay.
In my neighborhood.
And actually we did
but not get gangs or people brought by snakes and vipers.
We saw a letter allegedly terminating your lease for the party's offices in Kileleshwa and told to vacate immediately. We'll come back to that, Mr.
I would agree with them.
You would? Is that the position?
By the way, the party is not domiciled in a location. We have so many offices, you'll be shocked. What happens is that if you can move, we were in Pangani. We moved to that place.
Okay.
For our own reasons.
Right.
We can move from that place to another place.
All right.
It is the official instruments. It is the official office bearers where they are. Where Kemi is where the party is.
Let's take a break. Mr. Murathe, when we come back, we'll continue with this conversation in a short while. Stay with us, the hashtag NTV Tonight at NTV Kenya at Zainab Ismail. We're back.